Hello and welcome to another update on Bitcoin. I'm here on the daily time frame, and yeah, on the daily time frame, the situation hasn't changed so much. What is possible is that we are witnessing a bit of a pullback now, potentially to retest the price channel here. So, quick reminder: we have obviously struck an all-time high not last week, here around the 14th of August. The price has come down in a price channel. Some people might even call it a wedge pattern, I saw, but I think it looks better like a channel. In the end, doesn't matter. We have a breakout attempt at least. Yeah, the daily candle closed above this upper boundary line of the channel. Actually, we had two candle closes already. So it's entirely possible that a low of sorts has been struck, but please note that corrective rallies are usually doomed, for failure. So it's a corrective rally for now. We don't have 5 waves to the upside, at least from an Elliott Wave point of view, which is the model we're using here for analysis. There is no absolute clear bottoming signal yet. We haven't broken above Fibonacci resistance, which you will see on the smaller time frame. And so far the move to the upside looks choppy and overlapping from the swing low that formed this week. But we're going to take a close look at it on the smaller time frames, of course. What I'm tracking here at the moment on this chart is the VRVP indicator. So here you can see that around $118,000, this is where we have the point of control. This is a reminder where really the battle between bulls and bears unfolded. It's also a level that often acts as a magnet. And again, that's at around $118,000. So we might see the price grind towards this area over the coming weeks or so. Now, please note that September is typically the most bearish month for Bitcoin, typically, right? But often Bitcoin does exactly the opposite of what the masses expect. But again, I'm just, I've shared it before that September is typically a weak month. So it's just something to be aware of, not maybe to expect too much, but it's also always important in financial markets to be able to expect everything, right? You have to expect everything. You have to be prepared for everything, which is why typically you should manage risk. Now, the Fibonacci resistance area that I have on the chart here is also between $115,425 and $120,400. That's exactly where the price, in this B wave rally that could unfold, get to. And the VRVP point of control is located in this area. So we have confluence there of levels. In addition to that, liquidation heat maps show a cluster as well of liquidity in this area. So I think this area could act as a magnet. We might get there for a B wave rally or so. Again, the low that could form in this particular region right now here, it could be an A wave, it could be a wave 4. If it's a wave 4, we might take the more direct route higher. Again, it's just something to watch for. I just haven't got a clear, let's say, setup here from the lows. And I think it's about, with the break of the upper boundary line of the channel, it's about being prepared that the market might take a more direct route higher. But if it's a B wave, it's going to be difficult to trade and track. Yeah, this is what we know about B waves. They are just extremely difficult. However, the structure gives us very, very clear levels to watch. We have support levels here. The price bounced from this first support level that we discussed, around $107,600. So support levels remain respected. Need to shift that a little lower here. It's more like 107,400, but the price bounced from that level. So it's always good to see levels being respected. But again, you see the power of the VRVP indicator, because also here, this is also in addition to that, the area where we have another cluster of support based on the VRVP indicator. Yeah, and then there's this area of insufficiency between, you could say, the resistance area and the current support area. So the market might move through this quite quickly. In a sense, the structure hasn't changed, but I still wanted to take the opportunity to explain the daily chart again. So the risk is just that the next larger rally, and it hasn't even started, or at least it's not very clear if it started, The next larger rally is simply a corrective bounce. Okay, I'm going to track that very, very closely. If it's a corrective bounce, this would be an area of interest here to watch between 115,425 and $120,404. And then from there, a C-wave decline could happen. But that's something for the future. We will have to see how the market reacts to this resistance area. Let's now also take a look at the shorter time frame for Bitcoin. And what you can see here is that the market formed a three-wave move to the upside. From an Elliott Wave point of view, this is best interpreted as a WXY pattern. Talking about 3 waves up from the 30th of August low. Now again, you might even move the wave 1 here to the 1st of September low, but that's kind of not so meaningful. The move to the upside, yeah, can be a WXY structure. It might even have topped. I mean, the price reached the resistance area. Could not break above the 78.6 retracement, as you can see, which is the resistance level, the key level I mentioned here for this wave 2. So got rejected basically where it needed to keep the orange scenario alive. Again, doesn't make it easier for us, yeah, because it keeps the scenarios alive that are on the chart without giving us clarity at the moment. But the levels are still there, they are holding. I haven't got a clear breakdown, so I haven't got a 5-wave move down. A 5-wave move down would be an indication that we have actually topped, okay, that we actually have a meaningful top. A 5-wave move down and a break into the price channel's upper boundary line. Then this would increase probabilities that we're heading down to complete this correction in a direct fashion. Larger bounce is, in my view, becoming more likely the longer we linger up there, but so far the price has not been able to break above initial resistance and has not been able to break above the invalidation line for the 1-2 pattern to the downside, which kind of keeps the door open for that larger B-wave rally that I mentioned. So once we get a break higher, especially a break above the green line, this should shift the focus to that area I just explained to you and shared with you on the daily time frame. So far, this is a 3-wave decline, and it has not yet confirmed a 3rd wave to the downside. So from that point of view, we need to be patient. The market has not shown its hand. I don't really see a very, very clear trade setup here at the moment, not from an Elliott Wave point of view. Now, you can, of course, track here as well, maybe a small parallel trend channel here or so. Yeah, this is, however, not so meaningful or important in my opinion. But there's a small channel here that's building and forming. Just something to watch if you're interested. But yeah, overall situation unchanged on the Bitcoin chart. But now you should know about all the levels and scenarios. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, I invite you to join us on X for additional updates, chart updates, news, and much more. You can find the link to our X channel in the video description and in the comments section. So here you get also sometimes additional video updates that we don't cover on YouTube, for example. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for watching the videos on this YouTube channel. If you've been thinking about joining MCO as a member, now might be a great time. You can use the link in the video description and apply the discount code right below it. You will get 50% off your first month of our Gold membership, and you can explore everything we offer. It's the easiest way to test the membership, see if it's a good fit for you, and get a feel for the community, join the conversation, and I'm looking forward to meeting you in our member area.